Wen Sailey lonely. Lonely, the fighting spirit of Congo Fouetteur Wen Sailey lonely. Manda. The Congress flying yo Sailey oh. The Congress flying yo Sailey oh. You better wait for it.
Who Thank you very much, comrades and friends. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the folk estates, it is indeed an honor, with tears in our hearts and in our minds, with bleeding sweats and irreplaceable lust. From the 73 electoral district of our country, we have assembled here today. We have assembled here today in the presence of the chairperson of the Tripartite section of the Liberia People's Democratic Party, the National Patriotic Party, and the Indomitable Congress for Democratic Change. It is an honor being here, and I would love to usher in the official spokesperson of the Revolutionary National Youth League, who will officially introduce the full bench of the Revolutionary National Youth League in memory of our revolutionary fighting soldier, battle-tested militant, former revolutionary ideologue, Partisan Wen Sailey. It is extremely disheartening. Words are inconsequentially incomparable, immeasurable, and hysterically confusing to mention how hurt we are. But whenever death may surprise us, let us be most welcome. Permit me to borrow the lines of the National Shekuvada. Whenever death may surprise us, let us be more welcome. Provided this, our battle cry may reach some receptive ears. The other men may come forward to intune our funeral dice with the sarcastic singing of the machine guns and the new battle of warfare and glory. Permit me to usher in the official spokesperson who will introduce the full bench of the Youth League. Thank you very much, Comrade Revolutionary compatriot RBC Wisse.
Thank you all so much. You can have your seats. Distinguished partisans, well-wishers, sympathizers, supporters, movers, actors, shakers of Liberia's indispensable bulwark and mass-based vehicle barometer of grassroots democracy, the Indomitable Market Coalition for Democratic Change. Let me use this aqueduct by bringing you one unabated revolutionary felicitations from the man who presides over the tripartite section of the Indomitable Market Coalition for Democratic Change. The President of Chememolwake Molu, who is here in extension, and also bring you one revolutionary greetings from the man who presides over the tripartite sessions of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Market Coalition for Democratic Change. The President of Community President Jefferson Tamakoji. Like it has been said in history, that those who die in freedom battles and conflicts, the memories will continue to be cherished by the struggling masses and the suffering masses of our people. So our convergence here at this house spot is not some of our regular occasions, not one of our regular occasions. But again, history has recorded that men of humble beginning who fought for social justice, economic and political emancipation, what will be remembered for the selfless niche that they has played in the advancement of the masses of our people. Against that backdrop, comrades and friends, distinguished partisans, members of the Fourth Estate. At this time, I'd like to quickly recognize members of the National Executive Committee of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Market Coalition for Democratic Change. Let me quickly begin with the the Deputy Secretary General for Research and Records. You should know the person as the former compatriot, revolutionary Mohammed Bama Jr. Let me also recognize the presence of the Deputy Secretary General for Administration, a revolutionary par excellence, former compatriot, and ideologue, Hassan Newland. Let me, comrades and friends, use this occasion to recognize the Vice Chair for International Affairs, the man who connects the transnational matters of the indomitable Revolutionary National Youth Democratic Coalition for Democratic Change. You should know what the person is, or ideologue Jara Harris. Again, I'm honored to recognize the presence of the Vice Chair of our National Treasurer, a seasoned intellectual par excellence, a political gladiator, a selfless pen pusher, Comrade Adelot Tanu, the Mauro Bongo. We haven't had Congress. There's often said that revolutionaries don't cry. We only grieve in our spirits. We only breathe in our heart. The revolutionaries don't cry. At this junction, I'd like to recognize the Secretary General, the man who crosses the T and dots the I, the man who controls the pine industry and is conscious secretary of the Revolutionary National Youth of the Indomitable Mali Coalition for Democratic Change. So, Comrade Adelot Emmanuel Moba Johnson. Let me also take this time to recognize an enlightened intellectual excellence and political economist, the academician and scholar, researcher, and revolutionary Pan-Africanist. Snow the President of the Vice Chair for Program Policy and Planning of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mali Coalition for Democratic Change. So, former Vice Chairperson, Malaya Z. Sharia Mahmoud. We haven't had Congress. This is not from our regular intellectual, political, revolutionary gathering. This is quite unprecedented. But again, revolutionaries don't cry. We only grieve in our hearts. At this time, I would like to recognize the Vice Chair for Administration. First female Vice Chair for Administration, a female with unquestionable historical journey in the hierarchical structure of the bigger youth league in the Republic of Liberia, the Indomitable Mali Coalition for Democratic Change. Not only is she competing with men of great history, men and women of great history, but she remains a major component and factor in pushing the rights of women, fighting for girls' education, and at the same time transforming the lives of our people to so many dimensions. There's no other person else but compatriot ideologue Josephine Davis Josephine. Lastly but not the least, I will tell you, comrades and friends, the social media, the radio land, those that are following across the land and breadth of this country, this is not normal. This is not our normal intellectual gallery. Our hearts are heavy. Tears are in our eyes. But hey, revolutionaries don't cry. We need grief in our spirits. We need grief in our hearts. We'll continue to grieve. We'll continue to mourn. For men who die in freedom battles and conflicts, memories will continue to be cherished and celebrated. Of course, we have come to also celebrate. Of course, we have come to also memorialize. Of course, we have come to also reinvigorate and invoke the spirits of our combatant militant and revolutionary by excellence. At this juncture, let me now recognize the presence of the man who presides over the tripartite sections, inclusive of the National Patriotic Party Revolutionary Youth League, the Liberian People's Democratic Party Youth League, concomitant the Congress for Democratic Change. Comrade Chairperson Jefferson Tamakoji. In the midst of political conflagrations in the Republic, in the midst of issues confronting the motherland about the social and economic well-being of our society and the people alike, the Revolutionary National Youth League, by extension, the Coalition for Democratic Change, the Congress for Democratic Change is it. Congress for Democratic Change is saddened. Therefore, we have come to provide to you a very powerful message which will be conveyed to you by the Assistant Secretary General for Administration on behalf of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. Thank you ever so much. You have my honor.
Thank you very much. Coalition for Democratic Change, CDC, Revolutionary National Youth League, Bernard's Compound, Topman Boulevard, Convertown, Monrovia, Liberia, January 26, 2022, press statement for immediate release. The Revolutionary National Youth League, Coalition for Democratic Change, is saddened to hear of the passing of former compatriot cadre fighter Wen Sailey, alias Christmas. Comrade Sailey, an ardent devotionalist of the CDC's doctrine, was an embodiment of the Youth League with a struggle credential of commitment, party discipline, and fearlessness. The Youth League sees his death as a heartbreaking moment for not just the party, but for the millions of young revolutionaries and militants, most especially standing and never relenting cadres who saw him as a role model. Cadre Sailey, you have left an indelible mark carved in the pages of the history of this party. Like Martha comrades James Gray, Papi Solo, Maurice Roman, Adu Dolly, Mona Pellon, Nanun Tobe, and the rest of the fearless revolutionaries who are in Matador. You might be there today, but your commitment to ensure that the ideologies of the mighty CDC be projected will forever be remembered. Indeed, death has not won, and death will never win. The mighty CDC lays on Your dedication to the people's struggle lives on. The works of your hands has resonating effects. As your writings and statements in your last days portray, you did not fear death, but your absence from your beloved family, especially Caroline, your wife, whom you dearly love beyond measure. We want to inform Mr. Sailey that the Youth League is with her through these difficult moments and will continue to be a family as always. And this family is the CDC, which makes us bigger and stronger. We will always have you and the little Christmases. Our brotherly consciousness can never be dampened, neither will it ever crushed. We are family even in death. The Youth League calls on all young cadets and militants to observe these irreparable laws by placing black cloths to your homes, offices, cars, as we honor a hero and a fallen revolutionary. In this light, we want to announce a 4 days mourning period to be observed by every citizen. As we mourn these laws, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change through the National Executive Committee will announce further protocols. Rest in power, Comrade Wen. Rest in power, Partisan Sailey. Rest on power, Comrade Christmas. On this 26th day of January, in the year 2021, by the authority of the National Executive Committee of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Hassan Nguyen. In listening to the press conference, that officially, as we have lost one of our fighter, an eminent person within this party, eminent because of his role, eminent because of his status, eminent because of his commitment. We would like to hear officially from a voice that always speaks consciousness, a voice that always brings us to the reality, a voice that transcends egotism, and a voice whose only reason to be alive is to make every person a better person. So I want to usher in no other person but the chairman of the tripartite we left the usher in Chairman Jefferson Tamakota. This is what death does at times. It breaks even men down. As far as we will not cry, the sorrow inflicts our hearts, and it brings pain, and at times consciousness is tested.
Manda! 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 Munao! Munao! Whistle Munao! Munao! Luta. They were you. They were what were you?
Allemand Sailey, Allemand Christmas, oh Christmas coming, Luther.
Come back. Commerce. Compatriots. True part of our revolution. At this point, as believer of the existence of God, we want to reaffirm His presence. Now we believe on the followers of
worship of God. We also want to seize this moment to recognize and reference His presence. We fully aware the moment of such is inevitable. Because we are flesh, because we are human, we comfortably live in denial and pretense. It's against that backdrop we have converged here again, pretending to know, not to know, any one of us will not be in our midst. There's a reality that we refuse to accept. As long as we live, our forefathers did not accept it. I see no reason why we will accept it as well. We continue to assert that we perpetuate our existence here. Whenever this reality erupts, we'll come back again and get reminded. Today, a figure that words cannot describe. A compatriot whose history and working with this institution is beyond measurable description. Like we say to you, it is not a party, it is the people's movement. In this movement, we are accepted not to weep, but to express internal revolutionary bleeding. Bleed with our hearts, and we confront our enemies. And we refuse to be defined by them. Cowards will celebrate him today. But if he were to be alive and given an opportunity, the testament was clear in him. He chose a side that he owned, a side that he demonstrated, even against the popular will of societal interpretations. Today we have come to celebrate the departure of our comrade. We have said he got a mission. Wherever that mission take him, he's prepared to come back as he was. And he's prepared to commit himself wherever he is as he was when he departed this earth. Comrade, Sailey. Comrade, Sailey. Comrade, Sailey. We will not do you injustice to cry here. You never cry. You soldier on. We have come to remind those who believe in you. We have come to shame those who rejected you yesterday, who are clamoring in sheer pretense. But today is not the time. We want to extend our fervent condolences to the bereaved family, It's a difficult thing to express. We too are sincerely and deeply broken. Caroline, like we stated in the press statement, we do not make friends, we make families. We want to assure you, on behalf of His Excellency, the Ambassador George, we are the standard bearer of this people's, this populous people movement. And rest assured, as we are engaging the family to ensure that your wish or your wishes to be met in your absence, so that your body and your mortal remains can be flown back home, and so that we can give you a befitting honor. Now we cannot speak too much about the protocol. We have accepted the instruction and the mandate by the National Executive Committee that each and every cadres, militant, gladiators, political troopers of the Populous People Revolution, you are hereby mandated to seize a day, 4 days of mourning. We celebrate you, nation, and to all of our comrades who may have passed off on the day Partisan Wen Sailey have fallen. We want to extend our deepest condolences to you as well. And we want to also extend it to your bereaved family, and not forgetting about the situation that occurred in Nikutan. It will be a tripartite approach in reflecting these people. But City, your roles are very conspicuous. You are a defiant militant. In your spirit of defiance, you expected death. You accepted even in the next war. As you were born as a sedition, you accepted to die as a sedition and to live as a sedition wherever death may take you. When I envy you at this moment, we are not thinking about where you are. We are not judging about your responsibility currently. You let us know when you were alive. You told us. You accepted yourself, and you didn't struggle for acceptance anymore. But that is it. The party has spoken. Today we sit here. It's not to interpret the hurts, and not to define the disappointment, but to send a clearing call. That one of our standing soldiers has returned home. We have come to celebrate your legacy when you were alive. Death will never win in this party. You have never won before, not today, not tomorrow, and not forever. I want to say thank you to our distinguished friends. I want to say thank you to the young cadres, the national youth leaders of our distinguished party, of our noble party, for your impromptu convergence. It took us by surprise because we are human. We are looking forward, working very closely with the Finland abroad. Nevertheless, in a not too distant future, we shall converse here and adequately inform you about the protocol surrounding our further convoy. On this note, I want to say thank you to the Secretary General, and our Chairperson for Administration, Convoy compatriot, Vice Chair for Research and Policy, and our distinguished Vice Chair for International Affairs, our compatriots, National Treasurer of the Revolutionary National League, wherever potent, seasoned communicator, the Deputy Secretary General of Administration, Hassan Yulin, Deputy Secretary General for Research and Records, Papa Sakara Mohammed Bamba. We want to say thank you as we converge in the spirit of our Chairperson, Mobaki Malu, who have endorsed the activities of all his faithful, never relenting, a defiant cadres of the Populous People Revolution. We shall return. We shall definitely return.
Oh, Congress, never down, never, never down. Oh, Congress, never down. Congress will never down. For keep it. Oh, Congress, never down, never down, never. Thank you ever so much, Congress of friends and members of the food estate. At this time, we'd like to call this conference to an end, and we ask that we resume at the appropriate time. And we witness the Chairperson of the Revolutionary National Youth SAT, war, along with the executive committee members, asking military review position. Thank you.
So folks, we say thank you for watching. We've been here on your live coverage of this press conference. Thank you so much. Thank you.